is there to really talk about? I mean, if we're going to start off with the Vancouver Canucks, okay, the Vancouver Canucks are what 1-5 on this homestand now. They play Dallas tonight. They play Anaheim on Tuesday. They can. Is it 1-5 or 1-4? They're 1-4 tonight.
Yeah, because they have two more games left, and they could go 1-6.
They could go 1-6. Yeah, they could go 1-6 on this homestand. And so Jeremy Colton is fired out of Chicago.
Yeah.
By an interim GM.
Yeah, for performance issues.
Ryan, could you? We were talking about this before. Let's talk about special teams for a second.
Oh, I'd love to.
Let's talk about special teams because this is insane. You were on the couch being like, "Hey, we're gonna do math." I'm like, "Okay."
Arash and his partner Katie were sitting on the couch playing Animal Crossing on their respective Nintendo Switches. It was an adorable scene. I love it. It's been a lovely weekend here in Tofino, which we'll talk about. But I started doing a little math, doing a little research for the podcast, and I'm like, "Man, everybody hates this Canucks power play, and it's pretty bad." Well, how bad is it? Mm-hmm. On the homestand, the Canucks have had 21 power plays.
Okay.
How many power play goals have they scored?
2.
Not even.
0?
One more.
Could you imagine if they scored 0? Holy.
Yes, I could imagine it.
I mean, it's almost happened.
It's like we what's that song we're sending to Newell Brown? It's like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I'll never complain about the drop pass.
No, just these are not new problems. These losing streaks are not new. There are some problems and they aren't on the ice.
No, because what happens is the problems that have been, maybe around the 5th floor of Rogers Arena that have been around there for a while, they're on the cusp of going away, and then they rattle off one.
Can we trade those problems to Arizona too?
I wish.
Do they have a general the last general manager quit because he was corrupt.
They just won their first game against the Seattle Kraken. Well done. Can we have a round of respect mentally for the Arizona Coyotes? 1-10-1. Mm-hmm. Shane Gostisbehere looking like a Norris Trophy candidate. He's going to score like 80 points, be minus 50. He's just going to love it. They're 1 for 21.
1 for 21 on the homestand. And like you just said, Gita, we have these conversations that we talk about the same thing every week with this team.
We literally are bookending 2021 with this conversation.
The same conversation.
And what's going to happen is, you know what? We got to talk about the New York Rangers because they are just making every Western Canadian team look whole. But, outside of that game, the Canucks have lost 5 games at home, underwhelmingly. Haven't gone, they lose them in regulation. And it's like, well, when does the coaching change happen? When does the GM change happen? And as soon as those questions become at a fever pitch where, you're worried that the gym anti-gym mob will be outside Rogers Arena at a capacity of about 9 or 10 like it was before.
Oh, for the
fire Jim Benning.
The fire Jim Benning day. Oh man.
Well, they're going to rattle off 2 wins. The Dallas Stars have not won in regulation. And now's the time for either them.
Hudobin is starting tonight.
But what happens if the Dallas Stars finally win in regulation?
Oh,
Nothing will happen.
No, it's come down to, like, I'm not gonna get on a soapbox and start screaming bloody murder. This is what's gonna happen. The only way change is gonna come to this team or this organization the way that we've wanted it to, is the thing we've been talking about all years long. Once fans in the arena start vocalizing their displeasure, change will come.
Now
change will come.
We were in a bit of a festive mood on Friday night here in our lovely PO and Regs weekend in Tofino, where we had the game on. It was a 3-2 loss. We were quite jovial that, it didn't seem to bother us too much. But
I think we were just here. Well,
it was the first day of vacation.
Man.
There were drinks at the end of a long day. There was a hot tub. We were in a jovial mood, and the Nashville Predators weren't going to bring us down.
Yeah, 3-2 loss. Well, hey, at least it wasn't 3-1, guys. They'll do it in Dallas. Yeah, but
it's Sunday night. It's miserable.
nobody's having fun in Vancouver right now.
No, I mean, listen, with Dallas and Anaheim, like you're facing, a Dallas team that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
They've had their problems. Sagan, Jamie Benn, they're not scoring on all cylinders, but they have Jason Robertson. They have Rupe Hintz. Miro Heiskanen is playing at a very high level right now. And then on Tuesday, you have an Anaheim team that has an incredibly deep offensive puck-moving defense. John Gibson in net. Trevor Zegras, Ryan Getzlaf is closing in on 1,000 career points with the Ducks. Like it's very clear that they can go 1-6 for the rest of this homestand. Gita and I were talking about it on the couches, and we kind of talked about it's been 8 years of this.
I'm sick of this conversation.
I'm really tired of it, and I think it's come down to a fact of if this current management group is actually the greatest management group ever, and we don't realize it. Listen, and I hope they are. Oh, listen, I hope they are.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's gonna be here.
No.
Okay.
It's the Jake Virtanen discussion.
He's banned.
No, I was gonna say to give context to what Arash and I were talking about earlier is Jonathan Dahlen.
Yeah,
and we were talking
5 goals,
about how this management group and this general manager who we keep saying is this amazing scout keeps fucking up
I love it when Gita drops an F-bomb.
these prospects development.
What is it and it's so true, like he scouts them as amateur players, as prospects.
Yeah.
As soon as they become professionals in some capacity or another, he just I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to read this. I don't know what to do with that. And I need to find another slightly younger prospect that I can identify good qualities in and not figure out how to.
What is this? How can you ruin people's careers?
I think it's a mixed bag. Like every GM is going to have his hits or his misses, but and no one's going to be batting. There is no general manager out there that's batting even 80%.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm I'm putting the blame on him as the general manager of the team. I know that there are other factors that contribute to it, but it is an environment in which players cannot develop.
Yeah, and that's the questions that I've been asking for a while about the Utica Comets, who for many years I've thought, and that team has felt like an afterthought. You look at we're not going to compare the Canucks to the Tampa Bay Lightning or somebody, but you look at most NHL franchises and they have players that have spent time and were cultivated and developed in the American Hockey League. The Canucks under previous regimes, 3 different regimes, had players that they cultivated and grew in the American Hockey League.
With the Manitoba Moose were a direct lender of the success that came in 2011 and that core, core of players of, Kessler, Bieksa, Burrows, Raymond, Schneider, Hansen, Edler, that core
American
group.
Hockey League.
American Hockey Leaguers.
But with the Canucks, they either hit a home run or in the moment a home run, or it's just here's a bunch of guys, go down there. If you don't like it, tough luck, hit the bricks.
And that's it. In the moment, it's a home run, but now there are these players that have so much potential.
Yeah.
And you're like, why can't they get it going? Why do we constantly talk about what Besser's role on the power play is when this guy was he was a nominee, not a
Yes,
win.
he was.
But he was just a nominee. That's sorry. Yeah. But he was a Calder nominee. Pedersen was a winner.
Yeah.
Hughes is a nominee.
These guys, where's the upward trajectory? We're not seeing that because they're in this terrible system that's not working. Whatever is happening is not working, and we're wasting Bo Horvat's best years.
I mean, you look at Bowie and his UFA years are coming, and I think the one thing I'd mention off of what Gita's saying is, guys, there's no backup coming.
This is the win now.
There are no 4 to 5 month injuries on this team right now.
Yeah.
This is it. There's no Alex Bear-Boulay or, a Cole Caulfield that got sent down that can stew around for 10 games and come up. Vasily Podkolzin is on the roster.
Right.
Okay. people are like, now, one argument is like, oh, they need to scratch Alex Chason and bring Nick Patan because Nick Patan's offensive ceiling is high. Do you listen, I get it. I understand how frustrating it might be to see Alex Chason out there.
Yeah.
But just, Ryan, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Do me a favor right now as I vamp. Can you type into Google Nick Patan hockey DB?
Well,
Just type in Nick Patan hockey DB for your boy real quick.
a lot of singular numbers on this DB.
Now, can we just scroll down? Okay, Nick Patan, journeyman from Delta. Love that you're in the show. Love that you're with your hometown team. How many career goals does Nick Patan have, and how many games has he played?
Is it 12?
It's Gita. If Nick Patan had 12 career goals, he'd be playing top line minutes.
Yeah.
Which number would you like first?
I want games played.
Okay, 136 games played.
136 games played.
Okay.
So here is an
He was
offensive dynamo that's going to save. And can
He
I
was
ask?
drafted 8 years ago.
I know 8 years. And Ryan, can you help me out?
Yeah,
Who-
because you have a discount Winnipeg Jets Nick Patan shirt.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ryan, can you help me out?
Yeah.
What team did he play for last year? What NHL team did he play for?
Wow, he played for the Toronto Maple
The Toronto Maple Leafs. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, with their core of a Maurice Rocket-Richard winner and perhaps an Art Ross winner,
And Jason Spezza.
Jason Spezza, the eternal Jason Spezza with the greatest laugh in the NHL. That's like, so okay. I'm confused. Yeah, why is he in the thing? Can you do me a favor? Can you look up? Just click on the 21-22 Vancouver Canucks for me.
Yeah.
Can you Alex Chason's going to be up there. Can we just quickly go to Alex Chason? I'm sure he's down there somewhere.
Yeah, he's got 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points.
Can you do me a favor? Can you just click on his profile there?
Yeah, okay.
Wonderful. Scroll down.
Yeah.
How many games has he played?
574.
Can you tell me how many goals in the NHL he scored?
103.
103.
But who did he play with last year, guys?
He played
We're-
the exact same thing with McDavid and Draisaitl.
Exactly.
He played- no.
Look, he's a regular Kevin Lowe.
He's just listen, but this is the thing.
I know how to win.
This is the thing. He plays one thing he's decently good at.
Yep.
Is playing like that net front garbage position on the power play. That's the same thing he did in Edmonton. Okay.
It's really easy to do that with Edmonton.
And if people are thinking, oh, well, you replace Nick Patan with Alex Chason on the power. Nick Patan has 6 goals in his career. I understand how frustrating it must be, and this is such a stupid argument for us to get riled up with. But please stop playing NHL 22 manager in your head and being like, well, Nick Patan is a 26-year-old top 6 low potential, and Alex Chason's 31 and he only has an 82 speed. Boo! I can make a better roster.
There is a especially if they play with the Maple Leafs. You put anybody like Alex Galchenyuk, Nick Patan. They had these plug and play guys that make the league minimum, and fans, media, anybody else in other markets see that
because they get the most coverage.
They see Alex Galchenyuk get 1 goal. They see Nick Patan. Okay, he only had 1 goal in like 3 years with Toronto, so maybe not Nick Patan. But
I want to throw something out there. There was a night back in the early 2000s. My dad came home from work, and I'm like, Dad, Nick Antropov scored 6 goals tonight. And my dad watches SportsCenter, and he's like, did Nick Antropov score 6 goals, or did you watch these highlights 6 times? It's like, I don't know anymore.
I don't know anymore.
guys, he just broke Daryl Sittler's record.
But this is how it's easy to believe that anyone playing in Toronto is amazing.
Yeah, like
Jimmy Vesey,
Nick
Nick Patan,
Patan.
that other Justin Dowd,
Travis Boyd.
They all
Who's in Arizona now?
Sure.
Our misfits are in Arizona, thriving.
But Ryan standing in front of the net with McDavid and Draisaitl probably could get 6 goals. Probably.
I have that Derek Pouliot stick at home. I'm ready. I'm
what
good
else
to go.
do you need?
Yeah, and so just the point is, like, guys, the one surprising thing is Justin Bailey. I like Justin Bailey a lot. He's big. He's fast. He's not going to score 20 in the show, but I think he's useful. But aside from that, like, Rathbone's down there.
Rathbone kind of need to be.
Rathbone kind of need to be down there. And it's like, oh, the one guy we really have down there that's going to be great? Michael DiPietro. If only we already had a position in which only one player can play at a time.
And remember when they tried to ruin him by not letting him play for 506
that was
days
great.
or
Yeah, I
something?
think that's an
They're-
amazing thing.
They're really good at managing assets and developing them.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
the
very true.
last time they had somebody that we were like, this guy's up and coming. He's going to develop. He's going to be great. They take a little longer. They shipped him off to Florida.
Yep.
And, off the top of my head, to go with your point,
Yeah.
Gustav Forsling, currently with the Florida Panthers. 9 assists in 10 games. I'm not even done. 9 assists in 10 games, okay?
Yeah.
Rasmus Asplund, who was the second...
You made that name up. Come on.
I didn't. He's currently playing for the Buffalo Sabres. He is a second-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
That second-round pick originally belonged to the Vancouver Canucks. Do you know what happened with that second-round pick? How that was obtained? That second-round pick was traded by the Canucks to Florida in the Eric Branson deal.
Oh, yeah.
So now Rasmus Asplund is playing on the Buffalo Sabres, putting up points. He's doing good. Jared McCann
Nice.
up there, putting up points. Jonathan Dahlen out there. He was the line mate. He was the bestie line mate, OG original boy for our one Elias Pettersson. They were in junior and was it Vaxia, I think? One of the SHL second league. They were besties. They ripped it up. They got promoted and helped that team out. And then
2 years, when Ulevi is playing 30 minutes a night, and you're like, this guy doesn't need to even stop and catch his breath.
I will lose my mind if Oli Ulevi just turns into like this minute munching living
Chris Chelios.
Finnish machine.
Yeah.
Who just learned how to pivot overnight in Florida.
Nobody told me how to do it. There was a language barrier in Utica, and it made perfect sense when they explained it to me.
Yeah, just turn like you're turning an Oreo and you're trying to get the filling in the middle. What? I don't understand what does he mean? It's like an Oreo. It's like you're twisting it, trying to get. Just say pivot. Just say pivot. He knows what the word pivot